Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your sanctimoniously notorious host, Robert Meyer Burnett from Robservations, the show about something. Now, as many of you know, for many months now, Lucky Tiger, men's grooming products for those men who want to look good and feel great, has sponsored Robservations. And for a long time, I really wanted to get the CEO of Lucky Tiger, Alan Murphy, on the show to talk to him about, well, what is Lucky Tiger? Why are they sponsoring me? So, to that end, I figured since they're sponsoring me, I'm going to do something back. I'm going to create my own little Lucky Tiger show just because I want to, because they're sponsoring me. So, how cool is that? So, I've decided to come up with this: living the Lucky Tiger life. Because wouldn't that be fun? As you all know, I use the products all the time. I love their face scrub. I love their all over body wash. And they also make, of course, they're one of America's oldest men's grooming product companies. And there's a lot of products of Lucky Tigers that I don't use, like their beard stuff and their mustache stuff. I couldn't grow a mustache if my life depended on it. Maybe I can now, but it would fill in all white. I'd look like Santa Claus. But I know many of the people that watch my show have beards and mustaches and facial hair, and I envy you all. But so I'm going to do this sort of living the Lucky Tiger life. You know, they're going to be semi-regular things where I'm going to bring you, I don't know, interesting information from the world that Lucky Tiger might inspire or otherwise participate in. But to that end, I'm going to bring you my interview with Alan Murphy, the president of Lucky Tiger, to kick off this inaugural Robservations Presents Living the Lucky Tiger Lifestyle. So tune in, check out what Alan has to say, and I learned more about Lucky Tiger, my own sponsor. I didn't even know about my own sponsor, and so that's why I figured I'd go straight to the top and interview Alan. So I did that a couple months back, and I'm giving it to you now. So tell me what you think, and what would you like to see on upcoming episodes of Living the Lucky Tiger Lifestyle? Tell me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, imagination connoisseurs, and you, the members of the Post-Geek Singularity community, boy, do I have a treat for you. I've been talking about this man for, well, almost months now. If I could get him, I didn't know if I could get him. Well, he's going to be my first guest here on Robservations, and that is, of course, Alan Murphy, the president of my sponsor, Lucky Tiger men's grooming products for those men who want to look good and feel great. I have the president, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, you can't clap, but if you're at home, just clap for him anyway, Mr. Alan Murphy, the president of Lucky Tiger. Alan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time, and it's an honor to talk to you.
Well, I can't tell you how excited we are to be here with you today as well, Rob. I mean, I've been watching your shows, following along, and to finally get a chance to sit down here one-on-one and have this conversation with you is fantastic.
Well, you know, it's funny. My YouTube analytics, my viewers are basically 98.5% men. So, and I think it's probably a good fit with Lucky Tiger because I know many of them are bearded men. And so it's good for me to have you sponsor me. I've never had a sponsor before, but one of the really interesting things that I found, not just using your products, but the whole history of Lucky Tiger, it seems to me at least to be a great American company. And when I was reading into the history, your founder was kind of the Willy Wonka of men's grooming products at the time, back in 1935.
Exactly. And that's really an interesting observation because a lot of products in the professional beauty industry were founded and started by Willy Wonkas. And it was a barber in Kansas City that saw a need, and he invented the hair tonic. And it's a product we still have in our portfolio today. One of the classic hair tonic products in male grooming. From there, he kind of grew it, and in the 1950s, Lucky Tiger was the #1 selling men's brand in the United States. And a lot of people might not remember it from your demographic, but Crew Butchwax when in the 50s everybody had a flat top. That was Crew Butchwax. And we still have that in our product portfolio today. Another iconic historic product would be our Bay Rum Aftershave.
I love
And
that.
if
I
you
love
ever
it.
if you ever went to an old time barbershop with your grandpa or your dad, it is what an old barbershop smelled like. You know, they used to have it in gallon jugs, 5-gallon jugs, and men would bring in their bottles to have them refilled in the barbershop. So that scent, that fragrance was throughout the entire barbershop. So that's another one of those classic, iconic brands. And that's what really drew us to this brand when we were out looking to acquire different brands in different industries. You know, we like those old nostalgic brands that we can bring new life into, new energy into, and we can introduce those old brands to a whole new set of demographics, a whole new set of customers that can look good and get lucky.
Well, you said it, I didn't. Well, you know, one of the things I've noticed in the last couple of years, well, maybe the last decade, of course, beards and facial hair amongst young dudes have made a huge comeback. Where did that come from? And do you follow those kinds of trends as a brand when you know that, like, oh, hipsters are turning back to the beard? Are you guys aware of that? Do you chart that kind of thing? And how does that work?
Yeah, we do. We have people that are out in the field and kind of keeping their pulse on what's going on. From barbers that feed back information to us. There's a lot of trade show, a lot of events that we go to. You know, we have in Las Vegas a show every year called Cosmoprof. Not nearly as cool as Cineprof that you were at. CinemaCon, that had to be like the coolest thing ever to be able to get a heads up on some of those shows.
It was pretty cool.
We have beauty shows with Cosmoprof, which can be kind of entertaining in themselves. But yeah, we do follow those trends. What you see on the beard and facial hair, it really started with Duck Dynasty. You know, and in my generation and maybe yours, ZZ Top, if anybody remembers ZZ Top, they were kind of the first on the Duck Dynasty kind of hairstyle or beard style. That has kind of thankfully gone away. And we're seeing more of the stubble, the 3 or 4 day stubble, maybe the generation. They might shave once a week, but they're definitely shaving once a week or a little somewhere around those kind of time frames. But it's also very age specific for both men and women, by the way. So 40 and younger, the men are the ones, those guys are shaving once a week, once every 10 days. They're getting the stubble, and then they're shaving. 40 and over, guys like me, you know, we're shaving every morning as part of our routine.
Sure.
And so likewise, women 40 and younger seem to be attracted to and like that stubble gruff look. Women 40 and over like the clean shaven, like you and I.
Right.
The everyday shave. Now, I own a shaving cream company, and my son falls in that demographic of, you know, once every 7 to 10 days. And so I have to remind him, maybe it's time to shave again. But so yeah, we do see that demographic break, and it's at 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I could never grow a very thick beard. I found when I grow stubble, the girls like it. My girlfriend certainly does. And I've been a fan of stubble, of course, since Don Johnson popularized the scruff back in the 80s in Miami Vice. I mean, I was like, I could only aspire to have that kind of stubble or that kind of hair.
We're here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of, you know, the Green Bay Packers up in Green Bay. And I think Brett Favre kind of brought some of that to the screen first, from a pro athlete perspective.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I wanted to ask you, you know, you're kind of undergoing a brand. You're doing Club Lucky Tiger now, and you're sort of expanding your brand and maybe delving more into lifestyle areas as opposed to just selling grooming products, which I think is actually really kind of cool. As you know, I had done a sort of a demonstration podcast, and I was able to talk to a blogger I hadn't talked to before, who's going to be doing writing, and I thought it was fascinating. And I sort of liked the idea. One of the first things I got from you guys were some travel packs that actually I took to CinemaCon, including the facial scrub, which is where I fell in love with it. But I like the idea of Lucky Tiger should come with you. Like, it's not just something you keep at home. It's something you need. If you're going to be traveling and experiencing the world, you need your Lucky Tiger. So how do you feel that the brand, as Lucky Tiger, as a brand, can sort of commingle being a lifestyle brand in addition to being, well, men's grooming products? How do those things work together? And do you see Lucky Tiger as being the purveyor of maybe a new kind of adventurous spirit or something along those lines?
Exactly. And when you look at travel, for example, you mentioned travel. That's the one thing that everybody travels with them. I travel very extensively, and everybody has their travel kit, right? And in that is shampoo and shaving lotion and skincare, because you don't want to use what's for free in the bathroom, because it's not the highest quality stuff when you're traveling all the time. But the concept behind the Lucky Tiger and Club Lucky Tiger, Club LT, is to just make a destination for like-minded guys. Right? We're kind of losing a little bit of our masculinity. And so we wanted a place where guys could go and hang out online and read stories and get information that fit the demographic and the profile that we're all looking for. Like grilling, right? I think the demographic of individuals that are going to be Lucky Tiger, kind of Club Lucky Tiger guys, love to grill outside. You know, they love to see what's the newest recipe for ribs on the Big Green Egg. I'm a big fan of Big Green Egg, by the way. So just to be able to go online, and I go online and I try to find, okay, well, what can I cook on my Big Green Egg next? And if Club LT can be one of those destination sites to get some grilling information, that's great. You know, a lot of my friends are into fantasy baseball, and the baseball season starting off, and the Milwaukee Brewers again doing a great job. Got Christian Yelich, which is knocking them out of the park every night. It's been a lot of fun to watch him play. But baseball's up and coming, and so if you need some tips on your fantasy league or just what's going on with the start of summer, we've got a baseball link up there. And so we're just trying to find, and then as you said, we're trying to network with other men's bloggers that have the experience, have their contacts, and it can just be a centralized meeting location, and I'll say it again, for guys. Right. Come and check it out from a guy's perspective.
One of the things I love about the Lucky Tiger stuff is I like this sort of citrusy, there's not it's like a light citrus smell. I really enjoy it's a great, I've never really experienced anything like that before. It's light. Like if you want to use specific colognes, it doesn't interfere with the colognes. I mean, it's a great product. Where did that come from? Like the formulation, I noticed just looking at, now you've got me looking at labels on Lucky Tiger products. A lot of natural ingredients, coconuts, cucumbers, aloe vera, all that kind of stuff. Like, do you have like some mix masters in there that are creating these amazing concoctions? Or how do you come up with what goes into your products? And why do I love that citrus smell so much?
Oompa Loompas. No, but we do. We have lab technicians and formulation chemists that kind of put all of that together. Not me for sure, but and I mentioned kind of those classic iconic brands that everybody recognizes from the 50s. That's what we call our classic line. But then we modernized it and we brought in all of the organic, all natural. I guess I can't say organic anymore. Funny story. So we had organic the lip balm, and I know you had that with you as well, right?
I love and by the way, I had two, and my girlfriend stole the other lip balm, and she loves it too.
Well, it's www.getluckytiger.com, and you can buy her some more. So it's on the website.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, good.
Wait, can I wait a minute? Don't I know people? Can I get you to hook me up?
Call Charlotte. She'll set you up. But no, so we had organic that was made with organic beeswax. But the only place to get organic beeswax is like 6 weeks out of the year in Canada, where there's no other herbicides, pesticides, or anything sprayed for a 300-mile radius around the hives.
Wow.
So it becomes a little cost prohibitive to get that organic. But all of our products are all natural. And so it's natural oils, natural fragrances. And when you go to nature, that natural fragrance is more citrus, more cucumber, and that sweet aroma of that natural product comes through because you're not getting all of those chemicals that are in a lot of other over-the-counter products that you see on the shelf today.
Right.
Hawaii, you get off the airplane in Hawaii, the fragrance in the air is citrusy and beautiful. And that's kind of the same with our Lucky Tiger products because it's all natural.
Right. I mean, even in Oahu, which is the most developed island, it's still the outdoor. The airports are mostly outdoors, and you get. I know exactly what you mean, and I feel that way. Like, I guess that's part of the reason. I mean, I talk about how much I like that face scrub, but I'm using it like 3 times a day. I probably shouldn't, but I do. I just love the way it feels on my skin. I love the scent of it all. But I think do you think that's important?
You look really good for 87 too. I mean,
well, thank you.
A lot of people don't know that, but it's done amazing for you.
It's incredible. I was part of the White Walkers of the Night's King in Game of Thrones, but I was able to get my life back somehow. And Lucky Tigers helped me rejuvenate my entire, not just my face, but the all over body wash is terrific too. So you guys have this old product line that you've had, I shouldn't say old, the classic product line, but then you guys are constantly, like you said, you've gone into more natural products and things like that. How important to you guys is that, having that natural, like everyone's talking about those things now, it's a big deal, and things like, everyone talks about farm to table now. Is there such a thing as farm to table men's grooming products? Farm to face, I guess?
Yeah, and I think Lucky Tiger is probably as close to that as you can get. If you look at the natural products that are in the market today, that is what we call our premium line. So that's the products where we're going out and we're finding the new ingredients, we're sourcing the cucumber oils, the jojoba oils, all of the new and up-and-coming natural products that we formulate in our product to give the characteristics that we want. The traditional line, or what we call the classic line, was what was so cool about the company. Those are the products that have been around since Jesus was an altar boy. I mean, as we talked about earlier, from 1947, 49, mixing in a tub down in Kansas City. A lot of the products that they were using back then aren't even available today. And so we had to take those old formulas. Now, we still have them in our portfolio where we can find and source those old ingredients because there's a group that just remember having those and still want those, like the Crew Butch Wax, the Bay Rum Aftershave, that classic fragrance in the men's barbershop, and the original hair tonic, which the company was founded on. But what we have done is bring in the new all-natural, and that's the direction the market's heading. That's what consumers are telling us they want, is this all-natural based products, and so that's what we're trying to deliver for them. And it is a trend you're seeing across the board with all products.
Right.
You mentioned reading the labels. Everybody is much more into reading labels, and the generation of millennials and the younger generation, they're looking for things on labels like parabens, right? They're aware of it. They've heard about it. As that's become more aware, more is communicated about it.
Right.
And so it's important as a manufacturer of consumer good products like we are, that again, we're staying on top of what's going on. We're looking for those new ingredients. We're trying to put them into our products and bring it to the table, because also it's changing all the time.
Right.
It's one cycle, peppermint is like the greatest thing, and you can sell all the peppermint you can make. I'll never forget one time I was at a conference and they were selling a lotion made from a berry that grew in the Himalayas at 10,000 feet and above or something like that, right? It was like this next life-changing product that was going to be coming into the marketplace. So there's all of that going on all the time. And so we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve, see what's out there, see what's hot. And what really does bring kind of the skincare characteristics that we need in our products, you know?
What do you think makes a Lucky Tiger guy? Like, what is your ideal customer?
Well, I know when I think of the Lucky Tiger guy, I think of somebody that is self-made, somebody that has worked hard, that has reached a point in their life where they want to start taking care of themselves a little better. They feel like they deserve to look good and feel better. You know, it's somebody that wasn't born with the silver spoon, and recognizes the need to have good skin care, and the value of the all-natural aspect. To me, that's that. And in some ways, I kind of look at myself as I'm a pretty lucky guy, and a lot of that reflects my background.
Well, that's great. It's good to know, because I want to be able to, the more insight I have into the company, the better off when I'm speaking extemporaneously about your products, waxing rhapsodic, as it were, or mustache waxing rhapsodic, as it were. I mean, right. I love talking about Lucky Tiger, and I actually really like using your products. So now I've got more insight into what to say to my viewers. Well, listen, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I want to thank you for giving me this time. And I know you're a busy president of the company, and this is probably not what you're used to doing, but I want to thank you for being such a good sport, and I hope I can still have people write you emails and send you their suggestions and things like that.
Absolutely, please do. And you mentioned the mustaches, and one of the things, if you use the mustache wax and you have a handlebar or some kind of unique mustache, snap a picture of it, send it in to us. We'll put it on our Facebook pages, and we'll give you a little shout out on our social media channels. So please send us anything and everything you have. We appreciate it. And thank you for all you're doing for us. It's great to partner with you and reach out to your audience and share the love with your friends, and help all of us to keep doing what we do every day. Look good, get lucky, and thank you so much.
I like, how come we can't, can I have your permission to say look good and get lucky? I love that.
Well, we could. It's like, I also like to say that your grandfather got lucky, your dad got lucky. Now you can get lucky too at www.getluckytiger.com.
That's, to me, that is some, this is going to go viral. I can see it right now. I'm telling you.
Great.
Well, Alan, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate your product as well, and especially your sponsorship. Thank you so very much.